Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails and Rocktails with me, your most notorious groupie, Alice Rouse, author of this little guy paperback, where you can get these other books down in that description. Hit that link tree. Go down, fiddle about. You won't get a tap from me. Not by a long shot. And as you can see, I'm coming from you today kind of Medazzaland style because I am going to be doing a podcast episode today. So I just wanted to pop on real quick, cool world style, and say hey to you guys, and thank you so much as always for being a badass family here. You guys are just amazing. I'm so excited to meet new people, to have new people on. I'm so many plans because of you guys. Just thank you so much, truly, from the bottom of my heart. I just cannot tell you. And I hope this sounds better today. My mic somehow got knocked down to a low volume, so last couple episodes a little bit. So, but speaking of a little bit and always being thankful, there's one person that I talk about here all the time that I would not be sitting here with you guys if it wasn't for her. And I just absolutely adore her so much. And I'm so excited because she just released her first novel. Jen Dawson, she is absolutely amazing. Like I say, Jen TV, but she's also an author. And she has these books, these really awesome books about tarot, about twin flames, or are they not twin flames? And now she has her first novel. So if you guys like sex, suspense, thriller, different kind of worlds, Jen was a model with like Agent Provocateur, Alexander McQueen. Like, God, I fucking love Alexander McQueen. He was kind of the new Vivian Westwood. But yeah, she had a very exciting life. Married a musician. Oh, that turned out. But I think Jen's introducing us to this new heroine, which we love strong women. We love heroines here. We, not heroin the drug, but women who are strong, who empower themselves, who don't sit idly by. So we love it. Jen's introducing us to a new one. The name is Helen. You guys can read it for free if you have Kindle. But if you read it for free, read it from first page to last page. Every one of her books, like I said, I'll put those links down in the description. Because when you do read for free for the books, we still get paid for it. You just have to read it from page first to page last. So you guys support her. Go down in that description. Go check out all Jen's books. Pretty fucking awesome. I am absolutely so excited for her. I cannot wait to read X Marks the Spot myself. Absolutely so excited. Congratulations, Jens. You rock. Because you guys, like I said, she's absolutely amazing. I absolutely adore this woman. She's 12 different directions of just fucking cool. So, all right. And as always, like I said, thank you to the family here. We've got an amazing family. I love that we all connect here despite where we come from and different things. And that we can kind of get away from the world right now and have a laugh and stuff like that. And, one thing about getting away from the world, rock stars. They have their own homes where it's their sanctuary. It's, where they just are never the man on stage. They're just the person they are off stage. And the style, everything, it reflects the world travelers that they are. And we're going to take a peek into somebody's world today because we're going to be looking at the Tom Petty auction that just happened in August to September. And there's a few, memorabilia things that are rock and roll, but a lot of it, most of it, is his own personal style, which I really love because, a lot of musicians are world travelers. And I think for me, world travel is certainly one of the best educators in the world if your heart and mind are open because, God's green earth is a plethora. And you can say God, you can say Buddha, you can say the universe, you can say Hecate, you can say Lilith, you can say, whoever it is that you believe in, whatever it is that you believe in, that's the influence that rock stars get. They get to open their minds, hearts, and souls to different cultures, to different societies, to different worlds, to different human beings. And I love it. That's one of the coolest things I've always loved about rock and roll. And in Tom Petty's style in his own home, it shows. It shows how just intrigued by the world as a whole that he was, So, everybody, and we are going to have a little bit of dirty chai from our local salt flats. These guys are really awesome. Or salt fire, excuse me. Salt flats. There is a salt flats. They do my favorite Kilted Harley. But these guys, salt fire, they do an amazing spice dirty chai. Just like I like my guys. Dirty. With a hint of spice and coffee. Why the hell not? Need them up and awake and ready to go in the morning. So everybody, grab your dirty chas. Oh. Oh, okay. Hold on, got that on my microphone. Usually I get a bit of a warning before something like that happens. Okay, so everybody, grab your dirties, kick up your feet, and let's have a little cocktails and auction tales with Tom Petty. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's such a pretty... You can always tell a good brew by the head that they do. All right, cheers, big ears. Oh, God, so good. Oh, my God, I love the chai in that because rather than vanilla, it just really balances everything out. So it's just kind of a nice little extra flavor to the coffee and the spice and everything. Super good, super delicious. If you guys can get Saltfire where you're at, I highly recommend them. They're just really badass people. They're really badass brew house. Absolutely love them. Definitely going to swallow this over a Kipwinger any day. So cheers, big ears. All right. Now that you saw me, I'm gone and disappeared like I'm David Copperfield. Fleeing an island where I left some chick. If you guys remember that, you know. Okay, anyway. That was so wrong of me to joke because it's not funny. But okay, let's get started. We're going to kind of go through a little bit of Tom Petty's style here because it is very eclectic. It is very all over the place. And one of my favorite things is this Chinese parcel gilt red stained wood altar table. I love this style. This is something I would have in my home. And quite honestly, this went for a very good price. Like you could buy, I'm surprised it didn't go for more because of the Tom Petty provenance to it. And, but this just kind of shows style is definitely something personal. And most people follow the trends of style while Tom Petty stayed true to his own style, and I think that's a lot of us here have our own styles, which is really badass awesome. So this is a Chinese parcel, gilt and red stained wood altar table. This sold for only $704, which, like I said, any high-end, furniture store that would carry this, even World Market, something like this, Pier 1 would go for a little more, I would think. So I thought it would go because it isn't telling me this auction, this is with Bonhams, which is another really great high-end, auction house. But it's really not telling me what the estimated prices were, which I'm kind of wondering if this didn't meet its estimate, but it still sold, because Tom Petty, you got to pay the death taxes and have your lawyer send out those cease and desist to people who shouldn't be singing your songs. So, yeah, this is a really cool little Chinese parcel gilt. You can see the nice little curls on it and stuff. Just absolutely gorgeous. $704. Not bad at all. Not bad at all for, something for Tom Petty that you can own. And then let's kind of go into a little different style here. This one I love. This is just so much fun. And I don't know the maker behind it or whatever this. It's a hula girl figural lamp and two similar kind of decorative figures. We all have the bobblehead hula girl shit. Well, this was Tom Petty's hula girl lamp. So there must be something to the maker behind this because I think that also makes it collectible on top of being Tom Petty's because this hula girl lamp sold for $5,632, including the premium. So the premium would probably have been about $500, I'm guessing, roughly. The $632, I'm guessing.
But still, $5,000? You know what I mean? $5,000 for a hula girl lamp? Pretty cool. And then let's go to the three painted ceramic religious figures from the 20th century. Now, these are probably very,
mass produced kind of items. Sits in a lot of people's house around Europe, United States, wherever. Right? So three painted ceramic religious figures from the 20th century sold for $1,216. So I'm guessing that's not exactly more. I don't know. I guess the hula girl's more fun because she does kind of shake her hips a little bit. So yeah. But these, like I said, these are probably mass produced. You can probably still buy them somewhere. But because they were Tom Petty's, they went for 1,216, including the premium. So I'm guessing the premium was that 216. So they probably went for 1,000. Because like I said, it doesn't give me what the uh estimate was on with Bonham. So yeah, I'm kind of lost on that one. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's see what else we got. Now, this is another one that I really like. This kind of, we all go into Catholic churches or whatever, and we like prayers for people, stuff like that. This is for decorative altar articles. So I really like this style. Really cool. I like the kind of warm glow of it. Nice. You can probably buy this for a couple $100 anywhere, really, online currently. But it did sell for $1,664, including that premium, because it was Tom Petty's. So who knows? I mean, I would buy it because I just like that. I like, that kind of warm ember. I love lighting candles. Who doesn't like to jump in a bath and kind of do their thing? Okay, so let's see the next one. Do, 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 do. This red continental provincial carved fruitwood settee. I love this red. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to pause there for a second. But yeah, so I really like this style. Um, I would have it somewhere like my office, maybe a breakfast room, a conservatory area where you could just kind of kick back, relax, have a little quiet time. But Tom Petty sat on this, and this really does express his style, which I really enjoy. I would probably personally want it in like beige or white or, something like that. Gray, green, somewhere around there. But I really love this. And if you've ever seen inside Tom Petty's homes, you can see his total style, how it blends in. You can probably see this in a lot of the pictures. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. This one sold for $2,048. That does include the premium as well. So, and we've got a lot more things. Like, I love this one. This style of Italian old school of Giovanni Francesco Barbieri, the Il Garcinos, the Painted Magdalene. So, but this is very much in style of the Renaissance, in style of um, when Da Vinci was alive, Rembrandt, stuff like that. Very much a dark with the light, playing with the light and the movement of the arms and stuff. And they don't have it contributed to any artist, but I'm willing to bet if they found an artist that they contributed it to, it would go up in value because this sold for $1,152, which that's including the provenance that it belonged to Tom Petty. Some of these are going to go in people's houses. Some of these will go into museums. And number 14, The Unknown Artist of St. Patrick Banishing the Snakes. This one sold for $1,408, which I really do like this, because it really does kind of tell the story of what we call our favorite drinking holiday. But it's again that nice, dark, kind of rich, kind of Renaissance style that is very much in the style of bohemia that Tom Petty obviously enjoyed. I mean, if you go, like I said, the link is down below. So if you guys go check out the link, you can definitely go check out the auction. Very, very cool. I mean, I just picture all this in his house, Like I said, and I'm digging these pair of metal elephant lamps. These are cool because they go with that settee. They kind of carry on his style. They kind of carry on that warm, kind of bohemian, rich color. And I don't know who makes these lamps because I'm guessing that Tom Petty Provenance alone didn't create the cost because these sold for $2,560. So being the Tom Petty provenance, I would love these. I could have these in my house, just kind of sitting casually on the end tables by my couches. Just sort of, oh, those are lovely lamps. Where'd you get them? Tom Petty. Not to be bragging, but yeah, and oh, I can see him going with these next sofas, which I love these. Okay, the yellow I would have in my house. I could definitely do a room around these. Definitely, I could probably shop with all these, obviously, because it's Tom Petty's. You know, definitely see these yellow couches in anybody's houses. The velvet, I could see Tom just totally relaxing on these. All of a sudden, the song comes to mind. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Crushed velvet, upholstered stained wood sofas. So I don't know if they're stained from Tom's bodily juices, because let's face it, people, a lot of people have sex on couches. I bet you if we took a little magic, infrared light across these things, we'd see a little Tom stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's these yellow pair of couches, which I would like to know who designed these. It says custom craft, so I'm not familiar with that brand. These sold for $7,040. And I would definitely put these bohemian lamps next to them. I really love these lamps. Totally my style. I could see with the one with the fringe going kind of by the red one and the other one going with the yellow. Just very, very cool. His style, you can just kind of feel at home with him and feel a little closer to Tom Petty. Oh, now, these lamps sold for, I would have figured these lamps because they're not Tiffany. They're not, the style of lamp that we would think would go for a lot of money. But because they did belong to Tom Petty, they sold for $2,432. Now, we're going to kind of move into a couple other things. I really do love this painting. It's Harry Watson, who's a British artist, 1871 to 36, Trees on a Cliff. Sorry, guys, I'm still kind of coughing out little last bits of the COVID. It's almost gone. But this Harry Watson, Trees on a Cliff painting, absolutely love it. Just kind of very interpretive, but very speaks volumes. Sold for $2,048. And now with the next subject, we're getting a little more into the rock and roll side of Tom Petty rather than the personal. Because the personal, when you go look at the auction and look at his houses, I want to kind of go look at, because there are videos and stuff on YouTube. There's pictures of Tom Petty's house. I would love to see where all these objects are in his house. I think it would be really exciting. But this one, like I said, we're getting more towards the music side of things. There are no guitars here. There are no sheet music. There's nothing that's for sale. I'm guessing that might be a different auction, if there is that auction. But this one is a console inset with a group of Tom Petty recording components from his Malibu recording studio. So this was actually in his studio. And I just think, can you imagine the songs that he recorded in his own personal studio with this? Doing the mixing, the fighting, the creativity, hey, that's not good enough, the producers, fucking George Harrison and Roy Orbison. I wonder if they did, because I know the story behind Traveling Wilburys. It's like they were in California, somebody was at somebody's house and they're like, hey, we're going to jam. Okay, cool, let's all get together. And the Traveling Wilburys was born. So I wonder if this was a console that the Traveling Wilburys were recorded on at Tom Petty's. But a very, very cool piece of music history. And you know what? This went pretty cheap as well, for $5,888. So I'm guessing that's going to do something like more go to the Hard Rock or go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something like that. That's definitely a display piece or go into one of his musician friends' houses. Because how cool. Have the memories of recording with Tom Petty. Okay, now let's move to this next little lot. And this is really kind of unassuming until you look at one of the pictures that's in here. So this is an embossed leather portfolio that went for $3,072. And you kind of think, okay, this might just be a couple of books. Well, it might be a couple of his journals, which would be really interesting. Or maybe it's definitely not songwriting stuff because otherwise it would be a whole different ball game. And you look, oh, nice pen. But then you look at this little white thing that's kind of in the picture and you're like, what the fuck is that? That's a hospital wristband for one of the times he was in the hospital in 2007, it looks like. So that is crazy to have that. That was something that was probably reported, that was probably kind of out there a little bit, that could tell a whole story. And depending what's in those books, I have no idea. But they do look like journals. They just look like maybe, I don't know. I don't know what they are, but how interesting would that be to, they may be empty. But yeah, this whole lot sold for $3,072. Okay, moving on. We are going to get into, this kind of shows, and I'm just going to put this chair up here because really it's a chrome steel faux leather Barcelona chair. So this chair, it kind of really moves away from that rich, velvety, kind of more cushy, bohemian style of Tom Petty, but yet it still fits in there because it's so off the wall, and that's what Bohemia is all about. So this is more sleek, fake leather, that chrome, kind of sold for $3,072. So it's in the style of Miles Vanderrohe. So who knows? He probably got it at TJ Maxx Home Goods. Who knows? But I like this because it does show a different style into Tom Petty. Because like I said, we've seen that Bohemian. We've seen the deep kind of hippie style that he had, from back in the day that he garnered. And then we're going to kind of get into, I'm going to wind it down with a few really cool things. These are the more high-end things that were sold at the auction. And we're going to kind of start with this group of 5 shirts. And I really like these shirts because, they are Black Crows. They have different bands on them, different adventures. His recording company, Tom Petty shirt. These are shirts he probably wore. So if you want to, kind of scrape the armpits, grab a little DNA, make a new Tom Petty, you could for only $3,072 because that's what this lot sold for. But I'd wear these shirts. These are so cool, like that recording the whatever end line whatever records. I would wear that shirt just because it's cool. And just because, it was Tom Petty. And I could sit there and sniff the armpits and think, yeah, Tom Petty. I mean, I never wanted to do him, but something kind of erotic and sexy about wearing, a musician's shirt, especially the morning after when you're like, can't find my shirt. And he gives you one of his t-shirts and you're kind of just cruising across the lobby, a little slapdash looking from the night before. Yeah, that would give me that vibe. So I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing my Rockers t-shirt, kind of strutting around my living room. But yeah, what a cool set. Really love that set of t-shirts. That's definitely wearable. Sold for the $3,072. And if you could get DNA to make a Tom Petty, it's priceless. Worth every penny. Now, the next little ones we're going to hit on, which, we always talk about walking in other people's shoes. Well, you actually have the chance with Tom Petty. And ladies and gentlemen, I always talk about this when I talk about women who are trying to be so penny lane about their groupie lifestyle. Rockers, they may look like they're shopping at really cool vintage stores and stuff like that, but nah, they're not. And these shoes prove it because these are 2 different pairs of shoes by Louis Vuitton. The leather ankle boots and the brown suede lace-up shoes. These sold for $3,584, which I'm guessing they probably were a little more expensive than that, being Louis Vuitton. But, they're used shoes and they're Tom Petty. So if you want to walk in Tom Petty shoes, you could have for only $3,500. But, like I said, it really does kind of enforce that rockers aren't out there just, they don't, those looks that they get, like we can get from vintage stores or different little weird places that we all dip into. No, they're getting it from Louis Vuitton, from Neiman Marcus, from fucking Gucci to create a very high-end, little bohemian look. And speaking of high end because like I said, those only sold for $3,584. I think these could have gone for a little more, honestly. But then again, these will be displayed somewhere in someone's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Hard Rock cafes, hotel, whatever. They're rebuilding in Vegas, so have to ask what's his name. Oh my God, why did I forget his name? He's the number one curator of the Hard Rock Hotel, considered one of the experts on rock and roll memorabilia. I'll remember his name. He's been on Pawn Stars and stuff. God, he's English. I can picture him. I knew him when I lived in Vegas because I'm like, you know what? I took it up the haha for that. I should get that guitar. You know, we used to joke around. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can picture him. Anyway, so yeah, and like I said, speaking of, clothing memorabilia, this next shirt, the Army Fatigue style button-up shirt, and if you don't notice, it's got the little 420 friendly patch on there in the pocket, which we all love here. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. And so this one, like, we can all picture, this is definitely something that Tom Petty wore on stage, he wore in photographs, he wore, playing out on album covers, this did interviews. This was probably something like we can all picture Tom Petty in this shirt, right? We can just, boom, there it is. And this went for $10,240 because of that. And like I said, Bonhams doesn't give really great descriptions after the auction. Maybe in the auction catalog they do, but they're not like Sotheby's and stuff. They don't keep the descriptions up afterwards. So the U.S. Army fatigue style button-up shirt went for the $10,240 because it's definitely, that says Tom Petty all fucking all day, all over it, right? So yeah, definitely worth every penny of that. That's definitely going into the Hard Rock collection or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some sort of rock museum, I guarantee you that's where that's going. Because like I said, that is such an iconic shirt, and yeah, worth every $10,000 because that shirt says Tom Petty like no tomorrow. And something else that says Tom Petty like no tomorrow, this laminated guitar table. I mean, how cool is this? Because, and I cannot tell if this is made from one of his actual guitars or just styled on one of his guitars. It very much does have the metal, wah wah bar and the strings. Everything looks very real on it. And it's just a cool table to have. Like, who wouldn't like to have this table? Musicians, music fans, just a really cool different style. If you like to do your decor, very rock and roll, this would be it. And this actually went for $24,320. So I'm wondering if it is if it really was part of his guitar. I kind of don't think so, but at the same time, I wonder because it is made in Japan in the 21st century. So it was made during our lifetimes. It was made for him. So it might have been made out of one of his guitars. I don't know. That's something I wish they would have left the descriptions up. But yeah, still very cool table. $24,320. So Tom Petty, he ain't going for cheap. Not by any means. Now, this is another one that I really like, which I could see this in his house, when back in the day, he probably had this for a long time, and something we don't see anymore. And you know what? This would be fun to have. This is an oak telephone booth with automatic electric company payphone. Now, this sold for $12,160. Not just because it was Tom Petty, because when do we see these anymore? The wood telephone booths were usually in high-end hotels or, restaurants, cafes, stuff like that. And wouldn't this be fun? It would be worth a whole $12,160 to put the kids, grandkids in there and tell them to figure it out. Because they have no clue. Take away their phones so they can't look at TikTok, But very cool. Like I said, this definitely crossed the lines on different collectors, not just Tom Petty collectors, but there are, phone booth collectors, like we all know the red British ones. So, yeah, very, very cool. And plus, we have just an amazing piece there. I would love it. If we ever need to get away, decompress, there's your decompress booth, And this is another one that I really, really love because it shows the fun side of Tom Petty. Is this pinball machine. Now, it's not like a Kiss pinball. It's not a Tom Petty pinball. It's not just a Monte Carlo pinball because Tom Petty liked him some pinball. And we all do. You know, we're those 70s babies. I could see just relaxing, having fun, having a few drinks, smoking a fatty, playing some pinball. Love it. And like I said, that one went only for $6,400. So that could also be a crossover because it is a Bally, and Bally is highly collectible. But it also belonged to Tom Petty. So when you take that on the market to a Bally collector, you know, or a Tom Petty collector, obviously Tom Petty collector just paid $6,400, but a Bally collector a few years from now might want more because the Monte Carlo might be a rare pinball machine. So that could factor into it as well. I mean, it went for more than his shoes did. Really. You can wear the damn shoes and play the damn pinball, having a drink from while you get watch your little hula girl in the background. That's a perfect Tom Petty man cave right there. And speaking of, this is one of my favorite things, and this is a Chinese day bed that I love these. I want one of these in my house. But usually, like, I'm surprised this went for so cheap. This went for $2,432. And really, honestly, depending on where it was made. So this says 20th century. Now, an antique one, you know, from the empire, depending on what empire stage it was for the Chinese history. Japanese, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Japanese if I said it. Whatever era this was from the Chinese Empire, these could go $150,000. But this is one that Tom Petty either had made, he just really liked. This is a great way to lounge. I would want one of these on like my perfect little, you know, bohemian back patio, just hanging out, you know, having some margaritas, reading a book, just watching the day, swimming, whatever. Love these. This, like I said, this one only sold for $2,432, which to me is absolutely amazing. Like, I wish I could find one for that. Now, we are going to go into a few more. Let me think. We're only going to do a couple more things left here. So, this one right here is this little desk. Just little, yeah, you know, you got this table, you got these little things that go underneath it. There's no actual maker for it, nothing like that. Sorry about the background, they're still working on the roads. They're finally putting the stuff down. But anyway, let's get back to Tom's desk. So this is Tom's personal desk. I have a picture of it where it was his, what it looked like, and it just kind of really gives it personality. And like I said, there's no particular maker. It's definitely 20th century, but it's Tom's desk. Shit got done. Business with the music. Writing Christmas cards, writing songs, talking to, you know, agents or other musicians at this desk or whatever. So much happened at this desk. It sold for $40,960, which I would love to hear the maker on this and kind of research a little more, because I think it would add even more to the provenance, and I wish Bonham would have left up their descriptions. Note to self, Bonhams. So yes, Bonham's like the drummers, the father and son. But yeah, so $40,960. I would have loved to been in the room when this was being bid on, because I want to know what the starting price was. I want to know we obviously know what the finishing price was, but I want to know what their estimate was before it went for $40,000. And it's beautiful. It could fit into so many different decors. It's definitely, you know, very pliable, but I wonder who bought it for the $40,000. Where it's sitting now, because it's already delivered. This auction was August 29th to September 10th. So, yeah, wonder who bought that. All right. And then we have another style of Italian school, kind of Jesus pick, I think. Maybe it's Joseph. It doesn't really say who it is, but obviously it's kind of biblical, which was definitely an Italian old school Renaissance style. So this is very cool. Again, that dark kind of brooding, but kind of introspective bohemian style. Very cool. Without a provenance of the artist that it actually is. This sold for $14,080. So like I said, there is no, this is not Leonardo da Vinci. This isn't Botticelli or, anybody like that. There's no actual name, the elder, whoever, attached to it. But I bet you whoever bought this at $14,080, they know something. They know, they might have an inkling, because this is how, a lot of paintings come to light. They might, that are lost to history, that we may not think are anything just maybe done at that time, but no big name artist to attach it to. So for this painting to be sold as a Tom Petty piece, great. That, we've seen the rest of these going for roughly around $1,500 to $3,000, right? So this one going at $14,080. Whoever bought this, they know something about this painting, and I'm gonna think that we might see this again, because that is very kind of Caravaggio style to me. When I look at that, I think of Caravaggio, like that dark kind of very slight light playing type of stuff. Very, very cool. All right, and you know what? We're gonna wrap it up with another pretty expensive thing, because, ladies and gentlemen, these rugs, depending on where they are made and what they are made with, whether it's wool, silk, just silk, wool, depending. Most of our rugs are microfibers or polyester fibers, kind of a mix. So, our average rug is not going to have that same softness, the quality, the hand texture, the dyeing with natural dyes. These puppies went for $17,920. And you can tell by the one that's on the top of this picture, that got a lot of action. There was probably by their front door, in a hallway where they walked a lot, maybe at the end of the bed somewhere, but these definitely got a lot of traffic. And because they're Hamadan rugs, I thought they too handmade. Well, they're Hamadan rugs, but they are most likely handmade. So whoever bought these, they didn't just buy these for the Tom Petty provenance. They bought them because they know something about the Hamadan rugs, because these are very sought after. They could actually probably go into a museum, because these type of rugs that are made with natural dyes, that are made with the wool silk, that are made handmade like this, that are made in Middle East or India or wherever, they deteriorate very quickly, and especially if they're actually used. So you'd maybe not see a lot of them with these colors, because the colors fade especially. And yeah, I think it's amazing. Like I said, you can see the wear and tear on the left end of the top one. So, and that even garnered to $17,920 for these rugs. So fucking amazing. And like I said, I'll put the link down in the description so you guys can go look at everything. There's a really cool Superman costume. Like, Tom Petty, when were you Superman? I'd love to see that. Andre the Giant triptych that was a Shepard Fairey painting, who's still alive. We all know him as the Obey guy. More clothing from him. Lots more bohemian painting and furniture and stuff. So, yeah, very, very cool stuff. And tell me what you guys think. Tell me what your favorite piece that you see here. Or go, oh, I missed one. How can I miss this? Okay, hold on. So, this one that I love, okay, we're going to end on this note. So, this one, I love this, because anybody who has been on the road, who has toured, whether you are a roadie, whether you are the rock star, whether you are the record company, the groupie, the wife, the people who buy the VIP Visa backstage passes, the pretend to be groupies, stuff like that. So, and if you know what I'm talking about, Aerosmith, Las Vegas, early 2000s, late 90s. Anyway, so this is his backstage pass, his VIP, his laminate collection. Like, this is so many tours of, let me think, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is 20 tours worth of laminates. All Tom Petty, it looks like. Let me double check this. I mean, just how fucking cool is that? This is basically his touring history, his album history. Everything that we see in this is the Billboard Music Awards. I remember that. Yes. Oh my gosh. What's this one? VIP. Yeah, but these are all laminates from his tours, his own personal laminates that he wore himself. And this is kind of a history of his touring world. Maybe not all of it, because I bet you this motherfucker has hella backstage passes. Because you know he was hanging out backstage at other shows in Malibu and Florida, wherever else he had his homes. You know, if you're on the road and there's another band in town, y'all hang out, you know, like Nickelback with Megadeth and stuff like that. So, yeah, I bet you, now this is only 20 of his passes. I bet you motherfuckers, he has hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds. And these puppies went for, let me look down here, $17,920. Because especially being the artist's own passes, definitely worth a lot more. The provenance, the stories behind them, the history that it creates all together as a group, definitely has a story to tell. But it kind of tells you what the worth of backstage passes are. Like I have my backstage pass collection insured at $20,000, which mean on my house insurance it's about $10,000, $15,000 worth of my collection. But like I said, this is probably the tip of the iceberg of Tom Petty's collection. I'm guessing, whoa, there are probably so many more backstage passes because we all hang on to our backstage passes. You know what I mean? So yeah, $17,920 just for these 20 passes. Absolutely amazing. He probably has hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of passes because these things are collectible, and especially if they're in a group, especially if there's a provenance, especially if they tell a story, and these definitely tell a story just like everything in this auction did. So yeah, there you go. There's our little Tom Petty auction collection. A lot of really, really cool stuff. So go check it out, guys. Tell me what you think, what your favorite bit of the auction was, what's your favorite piece that we see there at Bonhams. And then go visit Jen. Go check out her book. Like I said, you can read it for free. Or better yet, just buy the ebook. She's an amazing, incredibly talented, creative person. I'm so excited to read her new book. She has a lot of really great insight with her other books. So yeah, go check out Jen Dawson. Link down to her main Amazon page with her new book is down there. I'll link Bonham's auction to Tom Petty's auction because, like I said, so much cool shit happening here. And you guys, we will see you next time on Cocktails and Rocktails. We'll see you Sunday. I'm not going to be alone. Not going to be alone on Sunday, that's for sure. May get some new people on. I'm really excited. Just so excited with all the new people that we have joining us. The new people that have already discovered that are coming out of the woodwork. People who are just hanging around. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for getting to the end of the episode with me. I totally appreciate you guys. Totally love you guys so much with all my heart and soul. I'm truly, truly thankful. Let's get prepared for this book to be sold. Manifest it with me, you guys. Let's see this in a mini-series. Because I could see it kind of like Pistol on Hulu was 4 different, mini-series episodes, 2-hour movies. I could see this doing that because, you have the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and beyond. Yeah, so let's manifest it. Let's bring something new to the groupie world because it's stale. Let's get out there, 80s ladies, kick in the doors. And while you're kicking in those doors, for those of you that are not subscribed, just hit the button. Join the family. Come backstage. We're all fucking cool as hell back here. Join the comments. Join the family. Hit the share. Let's grow this. Hit the subscribe. And you know where I'm grabbing because I want you to hit the bells to know when I'm coming along. And we will see you next time on Cocktails and Rocktails. Cheers, big ears.